Hi, and welcome to my match reaction. The Champions League is back on the way, and Arsenal went to Spain and won 2-0 against Athletic Club. What a game. It wasn't the most exciting game, I'm not going to lie, but we got the away win. We got the 3 points in the bag, and that is the most important thing. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that like and share button. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. So let's analyze the game. I want to start with the starting lineup, right? Because I'm not going to lie, there was a part of me, in my match preview, I did say that I would have put Eze in a number 10 and put Trossard in the left wing position. But Mikel decided to go with Mikel Merino in a number 10 position and put Eze on the left-hand side, and obviously Declan Rice came back into the side. It was pretty much almost the same lineup as it were against Nottingham Forest on the weekend. Obviously, Odegaard is currently out injured, so he decided to put Mikel Merino in there. And obviously, like I said, Declan Rice comes back in and Eze retains his place in the left wing. Apart from that, I couldn't really much complain about the starting lineup. But let's analyze the game. The way it started, it was really, really slow. It wasn't as energetic or as emphatic as some people would have potentially predicted or wanted, probably like myself. But at the same time, the more I watched the game, the further on it went, I thought, you know what? This is a Champions League game. What more did I expect? It's the first game of the Champions League back in the season, and also it's the first game that Atletico Club has played in the Champions League for almost 10 years. So it was a case of, although they were playing at home, it was a big occasion for them. You know, the build up to the game was quite important for them and everything else. But ultimately, they just basically wanted to fill out Arsenal. If you realize, the first 5-10 minutes was a case of both teams were just basically filling each other out and trying to see what the tactics was before one or the other team actually bite. And let's be honest, it was a professional performance from Arsenal. Once again, they took their time. They basically controlled the pace of the game. They controlled the possession of the game and basically wanted to make it like, hey, this is our game. And if you're going to want to beat us and beat our defense, you're going to have to come at us. And I'm not going to lie, the first 5 minutes, especially after they got that first free kick and the Declan Rice got a yellow card really early on, within 5-7 minutes, which in my opinion, I didn't think it was a yellow card. And the Athletic Club, I'm not going to lie, they got away with a lot of potential yellow cards tonight. They only got one and Arsenal got 3. But anyways, they got that free kick and obviously it ricocheted and obviously they didn't score from it. And after that, let's be honest about it, Atletico Club did not really create much against Arsenal's back 5. I say back 5 because it's including David Raya. But as the game progressed, obviously there was an injury to Gyökeres as well in the early, towards the late end of the first half. And honestly speaking, I didn't think that he would have continued. I saw the gash in the back of his head. He had to get a strap at the back of his head and some dressing. And I thought, I'm quite surprised he's going to continue. But you know what? Halftime went, second half came, he came on, and then eventually he had to get taken off around the 65th minute, give or take. And Mikel Arteta, you know what? Credit where credit is due. He decided to change things up. And I looked and I thought, hold on a minute. What is he doing here? And I was like, is Eze going to number 10? And then obviously he changed things off. Gyökeres came off and Eze came off as well. So he brought on Trossard and then he brought on Martinelli. And I thought, interesting. So does that mean Marino's going up front, Martinelli's going where, and all this kind of stuff, right? And as the game progressed, and the next thing you know, 36 seconds after Gabriel Martinelli came on, he scores his first goal of the season in the Champions League. And I'll be honest about it, I've been very critical about Gabriel Martinelli, and rightly so. He hasn't been doing what we expect him to do this season. Probably towards the end of last season or throughout last season, he hasn't done what we know he's capable of doing. And today, he decided to say, you know what? I'm going to show you guys what I am capable of doing. Albeit, it wasn't the cleanest of goals. Let's not beat around the bush. But you know what? The most important thing is the ball ended up in the back of the net. And it was the two substitutions that basically worked together Trossard setting up Martinelli. He was still in his own half, so he was definitely onside. And he managed to get away from the last man. And subsequently, he scored in that goal, and which basically brought us 1-0 up. And from then on, I just thought to myself, that means Atletico Club are going to have to come out and play. And if they do and they open up, we're probably going to get our second goal. And then what happens? Martinelli does it once again. Another thing, should I say, we've been crying for was, Martinelli, can you beat your man one-on-one and actually create some chances? And you know what? It's like he's been listening to all of us. He's been listening to the footballing gods. He manages to beat his man one-on-one and create a chance for Trossard, who then puts it away. Again, albeit there was a slight deflection, but you know what? We couldn't care less. What happened? The ball went in the back of the net and Arsenal go 2-0 up. And it was pretty much game over from then on. There was no coming back from Atletico Club. Let's be honest about it. And I'm so happy. First away game, to play away in your first game of the Champions League of the season to Atletico Club in that kind of stadium with that kind of atmosphere, and their first time back in the Champions League for almost 10 years, and go away and get 2-0 win with a clean sheet and come away with a win. You know what? I couldn't have asked for anything better. And I just pray that we continue on this upward trajectory. We are playing well. We are defending well. We're scoring open play goals, by the way, not set pieces, open play, because everyone calls us set piece FC. And we're also keeping clean sheet. The depth in this squad is immense. Once again, Mosquera, oh my God. Fantastic performance. Once again, I have to give him. You have to give credit where credit is due. Gabriel had a little bit of a shaky moment in the game, but you know what? Gabby, you can't go wrong with big Gabby. Is it me, or is it a case of we're not really, listen, I'm not jinxing it right now because everyone's going to go and turn around and say, what are you talking about? Are we really actually noticing that William Saliba is not playing? Don't get me wrong. It's like Mosquera is Saliba's reincarnation. 13.5 or so million pounds. We got this man from Valencia. You know what? Valencia, I'm going to apologize. And I'm going to say we're all square now, because back in the days, you guys gave us Mustafi and we thought we had signed a gem. It was all a lie. But you know what? All is forgiven because you've given us Mosquera. Let's be honest about it. You didn't really want to give him to us. You wanted him to sign a new contract, but he saw the vision and he came to the Arsenal. And look at him now. Everybody was sleeping on Mosquera, and Arsenal swooped in 13 or so million pounds. It was a great performance by the team today. In terms of player rating, David Raya didn't really have much to do, but he did the job well when he was called upon, and I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10. The back four, Timber, he did well. There were some few mistakes, shaky moments here and there. I'll give him about 7 out of 10 as well. Mosquera, I'm going for like an 8.5 out of 10. Probably the same thing with Gabriel Magalhaes. They were both strong on the ball, very physical when they needed to be, and they played amazingly well. Calafiore, I'm going to give him a 7.5. He played well, made some few runs, and obviously some inverted position and play from him tonight. You know, he played well. I can't really fault him. 7.5. And then Zubimendi, I'm going to give him a 7.5. Again, he did his job well. Not much that he created, but again, he done his job and he done it really well. Declan Rice, I'm going to go for a 7. I'm sorry, but you know what? He got the yellow card. He's going to lose a mark on that one. But apart from that, he played really well. And I can't really fault it. He tried to create some chances. It wasn't his best night. Again, away at Atletico Club in Spain. But you know what? He played well. The front three initially in Eze, Madueke and Gyökeres. Madueke, I'll give it a 7.5. He was always beating his man. He could have created a bit more chances and looked up a little bit early and crossed it in for Gyökeres, but he didn't. Gyökeres, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. He didn't do much. Obviously, maybe that injury to his head potentially would have affected his gameplay towards the end of the first half into the second half. And also, Eze, again, is not struggling, but he's not being allowed to play the way we know Eze can play, in my opinion. Again, I'm going to give him probably like a 6.5 out of 10. Significantly, as soon as he came off, 36 seconds later, Martinelli scored. If I was Eberechi Eze, I'll be pissed because I know how desperate it is to score a goal for the Arsenal. But don't worry, my guy. It is absolutely is coming. And when it comes, trust me, all of us are going to be celebrating with you. And obviously, when you look at the substitutions made, Trossard, you got to give him 8 out of 10. Martinelli probably an 8.5 out of 10 for beating his man and also getting that solo goal. Ikampie also basically came on. Norgard came on, probably give them like a 3 out of 10. They didn't really play much, probably about 5-6 minutes, give or take here or there. And that was basically it from what I can remember. Great professional performance from the guys. 3 points, and that's made it. Listen, we've played 5 games this season so far in all club competitions. We've got 4 clean sheets and we've only conceded 1 goal. Let me repeat that. Arsenal have played 5 games this season so far. We have kept 4 clean sheets and we've only conceded 1 goal, albeit was from a worldie of a free kick. Arsenal are yet to concede from an open play. Touch wood, we don't concede one on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon against Manchester City. That's going to be the next game. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you like and subscribe. Share this video. I'm going to be doing my match preview for the Man City game later on this week. And make sure you turn on your notification bell if you haven't already done so. Listen, Gooners, well, the Champions League is up and running now. Arsenal 2, Atletico Club 0. Clean sheet, 3 points in the bag. On to the next one, I say. Come on, you Gooners. And I'll speak to you guys next time. Have a good one.